All right, good morning, everyone, and welcome to Windward Buddhist Temple Family Service. My name is Lisa Fujikawa, and I will be your MC this morning. We will begin with the ringing of the temple bell, or Kansho, that signifies the beginning of a temple service. It is a deep and sacred ritual steeped in ancient tradition. It is the calling of the people to come together to listen to the Dharma, or the teachings. The temple bell represents the gratitude and deep appreciation of the members, friends, and guests of the Windward Buddhist Temple. Please sit quietly in your seat. Please rise for the meditation, followed by the chanting of the Vandana Ti-Sarana by the congregation in Pali and English in the red Jodo Shinshu service book on page 7. Please be seated. The sutra will be the Junirai. A brief description. This is a hymn written by Nagarjuna of India, one of the 7 masters of the Pure Land tradition, a central figure in the Mahayana school of Buddhism, of which the Pure Land sect of Hongwanji is part of. This sutra expresses our commitment to the Buddha and the land of peace where everyone attains Buddhahood. Please turn to the red Jodo Shinshu service book to chant Junirai on page 59. Starts on page 60.
Oga chorai midason 선임 악도후 주는 시심 교희선 오가 초라이 미라선 이선무료 고뱅교 무쇼슈 악지식이 오조흐다이 시보다이 오가 초라이 미다선 가세트히선 그덕지 주센무햄 뇨카이스 쇼약생념 쇼조샤
Please rise for the recitation, the Creed, in the red Jodo Shinshu book on page 4. Namo Amida Butsu. Entrust yourself to me. I will liberate you just as you are. This is the calling voice of Amida. My blind passions are embraced in the Buddha's awakening.
So the Buddha calls to me, I will liberate you just as you are. Gratefully responding to the Buddha's call, I find that I am already on the path that leads to the Pure Land, and the Nembutsu flows freely from my thankful heart. It is due to the guidance of Shinran and successive spiritual leaders who have transmitted the teaching to us today. Living with the Dharma as my guide softens my rigid heart and mind. Gratitude for the gift of life I have received frees me from becoming lost in greed and anger, and allows me to share a warm smile and speak gentle words. Sharing in the joy and sadness of others, I shall strive to live each day to its fullest. Namamida Butsu, Namamida Butsu, Namamida Butsu.
Please continue to stand for the Gatha Ondokusan, Gratefulness, in the WBT Supplemental Service Book on page 41. Today, our speaker for this family service is our own Daikichi Bob Nishita.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Thank you for joining us today. Can we put our hands together for Kansho for aspiration? Keep your hearts filled with gratitude and compassion by BDK, Bukkyo Denkyo. Today I want to speak to you about, kind of continue with Reverend Kalu's peace, but this time I want to talk about peace within you instead of peace in the world. Let's talk about within ourselves. By that I mean is if we can be not so defensive when people talk at you and kind of scold you or whatever, and you get all defensive or whatever. If you're at peace, you can kind of deflect anything. Like you can say, not in a sarcastic way, but say, "Oh, thank you for that's a good idea. I never thought of it that way." Or, you kind of deflect by being peaceful within yourself. And I'm thinking, what's another way of doing that? And of course, there's many ways. Like some people would hum and whistle. Some people would meditate 45 minutes or whatever night before to relax, so the next day they can handle their ways tomorrow. Or another way is to get rid of the gas. Gas meaning greed, anger, and ignorance. Let's tackle the greed. Greed, I tell you what, I read this quote in Quora. I don't know how many of you go into Gmail, and I found it by accident on a Google Gmail, where Quora is question and answer thing that they have. And one of the questions was, I'm confused when I hear "me and my friend" from some of the native English speakers, whereas some say, "I am my friend." Which one is correct? Think about that for a moment. You might just say, "Oh, I'm just talking about language, not Buddhism." But think about this guy's answer. Neither one is correct. When you are speaking of yourself and your friends as a subject of a sentence in question, there is a correct way to say it. It is, "My friend and I." It is considered polite to always put others person before oneself in sentence. And since you are speaking of yourself, in addition to the subject of a sentence, "I and not me" is correct. And of course, you're just thinking, "Oh, this is just a language." But if you think about what he said, think about others before yourself. Then, when you think about others, then you're not thinking about yourself anymore. So you deflect the idea of greed by thinking of others. Then I thought, "Oh, that's a good idea." So I thought I'd share that with you. And of course, anger. There's many ways people get angry. So some maybe say because of the out of sync with another person. In other words, you're working alongside somebody, and some people are either too fast or too slow, and you caught in the middle, like, "Oh, why is he getting mad at me? I'm trying to catch up," or vice versa. Why can't he catch up with me? But each person is different, so you're going to have, if you come calm down and let the person catch up, or you catch up to him, or vice versa, instead of get angry about it. And of course, when you're driving, people cut in front of you thinking, I'm late. You left early thinking 1 hour earlier. But the traffic is so bad, and all of a sudden the guy cut in front of you. And you're thinking, well, it's fine as long as you keep up, but usually people cut in front of you going slower than you and go, you cannot get mad, but then you say, calm down, you left in time early enough, 1 hour early, so just go ahead, just go along. But there's many ways to calm yourself, but it's up to you to slow down or whatever. You're in control. If you let others control you, then you're not in control. So the best way is for you to try to control your anger and not let others control you. And of course, you might get angry at people who different than you, but if everybody think like you, dress like you, it'd be a boring world, right? So be glad that everybody's different, and the idea of the difference is everybody give you a different way of perspective or looking at how to do a job or whatever it may be. Sometimes I look up on Google, like do-it-yourself project, and I say, oh, that's an idea. And you get different perspective of doing a project. So be thankful that people got different ideas. You're not always right, so be mindful that other people have ideas for a reason, and if they give you an idea, just say, oh, thank you. I didn't think about that. That was a good idea. Things like that. Of course, everybody has different ideas. I'm not saying my way prospectively, but if all of you think about different ideas, how to calm yourself, maybe I should give you folks a homework goal. Just observe when you go to Costco, any busy store, and observe how people may irritate you, or you say, oh, that's another way to avoid that area or whatever. But you learn from observation of how people may affect you or whatever. So next time you go to Costco, try to be observant instead of getting angry. See what other people see. I try to see where one time, just last week in fact, I went shopping with Joyce and pushing a cart. Just was ready to turn. This guy stood right in front of me, and without caring a word, he has the phone on his hand, and he's not even looking around to see if he's interrupting anybody. All he's doing is busy trying to find his wife or something. He's on the phone. And I'm stuck right there, and I'm trying to say, okay, be calm. Let the person finish what he's doing. And no sooner as he finished the phone, now without looking around and say sorry or anything, he just go on his way, and then I'm thinking, okay, well, that's fine. And then I just turn and go my way too. But, things like that where people can upset you, but it's up to you to divert that attention and just say, okay, next, move on. This is not part of the talk, but, Mark Twain said many years ago that when you read newspaper, you are misinformed. And if you don't read newspaper, you are uninformed. And it's true today as it was yesterday, Before closing, let me say, if you are depressed, you are living in the past. If you are anxious, you are living in the future. If you're at peace, you are living in the present. So be at peace at yourself, and always remember that if you get angry, just say Namo Amida Butsu and say, Shinran Shonin-san always said, I'll always be there. So just rely on him and get past the anger and live the day peacefully. Thank you very much. Namo Amida Butsu.
Thank you, Bob. I've always found that my road rage is directly proportional to how late I've left the house. So that's also something to think about. Please rise for the Gatha Arigatai in the WBT Supplemental Service Book on page 15, and continue to stand for the Nembutsu in the red Jodo Shinshu Service Book on page 135.
see the omission and commission of others, but let one see one's own acts done and undone. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu.
So we will have announcements from President Dennis.
Morning, everyone. Thanks for all of you being here. Thank you, Bob, for your message. We all should remember that. Avoid greed, avoid anger, and don't be ignorant. And like Lisa, Merle scolds me while I'm driving along in traffic and guys cut me off or certain words come out. Let's just say that. Thank you, Reverend Saul, for leading our service. Thank you, Lisa, for being our MC. David, for being our greeter. Jan, for ringing the Kansho today. And Joy, for playing the piano. And of course, Ryan, it's recording our service today. Announcements. This Saturday is our Windward Mall Bone Dance. It is a great fundraiser for us, so we were working hard. We got takwang and a bit of melanama soup prepared. We're going to be making a ton of andagi. So for all those who've signed up to volunteer and help, thank you very much. If you haven't had a chance to sign up, then you can see me later. Next Sunday service will be the first Sunday family service. The service will be led by Reverend Saul, and he will provide a Dharma message. After the refreshments, we'll have an intergenerational activity led by Prudence. Prudence, you want to share what you're going to make, or we're going to make?
Good morning. Okay, next month is Halloween. So, I gotta pick it up. We're going to make Oreo spiders. Okay? Kind of neat, huh? So that's going to be our project. I'm thinking of another one, but I can't decide yet, so. But we definitely will make this. Okay? Kitchen, thank you.
Sounds like fun. Bring your friends and other kids. It'll be a fun event. Okay, next Saturday will be the beginning of our adult Dharma classes led by Reverend Bert. It'll be from 10 a.m. to 11:30. It'll run maybe 10 to 12 weeks. If you haven't already signed up, the sign-up sheet's on the back table. We have a flyer up here, but also on the bulletin board. If you have any questions about the class, Reverend Bert is in the back, so you could ask him. But please sign up. The Honpa Hongwanji Mission of Hawaii is doing a statewide poster contest. And they're using the Hongwanji theme, Nurturing Nembutsu, Cultivating Awareness. Entries will be accepted until November 16. Prizes will be awarded to the top 5 posters. I'll have the poster, the flyer up on the bulletin board, so if those artistic ones, you can get more information from the flyer. Then on October 25, there will be a panel discussion titled Kagiri Naki Ai to Jihi, toward LGBTQ equity and inclusion in Hawaii's Japanese communities. It'll start at 6:30 at the Japanese Cultural Center of Hawaii. And there's several people on the panel, including State Supreme Court Justice Sabrina Shizue McKenna. Please see the flyer on the bulletin board to get more information. family dinner and movie night. Saturday, October 26th. The movie is titled Inside Out 2. If you've seen Inside Out, the first one, I think you'll enjoy this one too. Dinner will be at 5:30, and the movie then will start about 6:30. The sign-up sheet is in the back. Temple cleaning had been scheduled for today, postponed to today, but we're going to cancel the cleaning, and I'll explain later. Are there any other announcements? Joy?
As many of you know, Neil and I are part of the Kiwanis Club that meets here, and we sponsor key clubs and we do service projects. But I wanted to let everybody know that we're having our 3rd annual Kiwanis Kupuna Spelling Bee. All the proceeds go to the Alzheimer's Association. It's a statewide spelling bee. Last year we had preliminaries on the different islands, and then the championships were here. We also had some preliminaries at like Arcadia and like some of the different places also jumped in. This year, we're having just one there was a Big Island preliminary, but the rest of the state in Oahu is going to just have one. It's at Hawaii Betsuin that day. So it's a long day for me and Neil. So it's 10 o'clock, Neil, 10 o'clock, yeah? Is this not, no, 9 is when we go, huh? Anyway, it's 9 or 10, we'll get the information out. And so we're looking at about 100, well, right now we have about 50 applicants for this one. You gotta be 60 years old as of, I'm looking it up on the website. But anyway, I'll get that information. But here's the thing, like, because of our generous Kiwanis members and also the corporate sponsors that we have, the first place winner gets $2,000 cash, 50,000 Hawaiian Airlines miles, a free trip for 2 anywhere Alaska travels, and then they just confirmed a 4-night stay at California Hotel. So, and I don't know if they're gonna change the first or second, but it's pretty big now. Second place gets $1,000, 30,000 Hawaiian miles, and then third place gets $500 and 20,000 Hawaiian miles. So again, it's 60 years or older, and it's at Hawaii Betsuin, October 26th, around 9 or 10. We'll get that info. We'll email it, or I'll get a poster up. And we want to encourage everyone to apply. It's about $35, and again, the proceeds go to the Alzheimer's Association. Thank you. Oh yeah, and thank you to everyone who supported our Key Club car wash last weekend. Here, the weather was beautiful. It was very successful. There was always a wait. There was at least a 4, 5, 6 car wait for the entire time. And so we're very grateful to our members that stayed extra long because of the wait. And my kids took a look. They were trying to figure it out, but they did finally get into the groove of how to do a good car wash. And it didn't rain this time, so we actually dried the cars and it stayed dry. So thank you again, and maybe within a few months we'll do another car wash, so save up all the dirt on your car for us. Thank you.
Okay, seniors, get ready for that spelling bee. I think you should have age groups though. Maybe 60 to whatever, 75 and okay. Any other announcements? Not, let's do words of thanksgiving. We are truly grateful for this wonderful food, a gift of life. May we share its benefits with all beings. As we partake of this food, let us remember Amida Buddha's compassion, which surrounds all people and all forms of life. Namo Amitabha. Itadakimasu.